I died. This is not the end of our boar killing journey. Hey, what's happening? Where am I? Huh? Portals?
Welcome, friend! The mountain
Moira?
lends us its strength!
Bronzebeard?
Honor! I see them in you!
Why am I here, King Magni?
We believe you're the chosen boar killer. You need to reforge and finish this challenge.
I will avenge I kill boars and complete this challenge. I hunt boars wakes up into this world a fresh level 1 hunter, beer drinking dwarf, and of course we have a beer to start the day. Welcome to my 1 to 60 hardcore boar challenge, Make Love Not Warcraft part 3. Let's recap what's happened so far. Made a dwarf, picked rogue, killed a lot of boars. Started my 0 to 60 journey, killed a ton of boars in Dun Morogh, joined the greatest guild in the world, drunk beer, travelled to Stormwind, travelled to Westfall, killed a ton more boars, made it to level 15, realised I'm insane, kicked a gnome, learnt Vanish, everybody died, became an Olympic swimmer, took a boat, killed lots of quill boars, had a fishing feast, got scared about RFK, and died. I start my journey back at level 1, ready to take on the world again. I am feeling confident, I know exactly what to do this time, I know what mistakes not to make, I know to get to bed on time, and maybe further down the line, I'll be glad that I am now a hunter instead of a rogue. But let's wait and see. Just as before, every dwarf starts in Coldridge Valley. There's lots of level 3 boars in this area that I can kill to get to around level 4 or 5 before I take that trip to Ironforge. I also complete the boar quest in this area to give me that boost of XP. There's not many quests in this game that I can actually complete just killing boars or boar related, but it's nice to have that little early boost in XP. Just as before my rogue, I'm not going to take any unnecessary risks. I'm going to make sure I outlevel the place before moving on. So at level 5, I made my way through Coleridge Pass and travel all my way to Karanos. I must say it is very difficult to play a hunter before you get to level 10. I had a lot of squeaky bum times going up to level 10, I must say. Just killing even one boar that's one level above me is difficult. I had to run away so many times from fight, but what I did learn is how to mitigate the boar charge ability by keeping within a certain distance of the boar to make sure it doesn't hit me, but it doesn't charge me. I also downloaded an add-on called Safeguard, so if I ever do fall asleep at my computer again and my health gets low, there'll be a loud alarm sound to let me know. That alarm sound went off quite a lot between 1 and 10, and again, and again. A wonderful brother in the forge called Commandeer graciously provided me with a wonderful copper battle axe to slay those boars. I don't want to undersell this, but this axe definitely saved my life on multiple occasions. He then provides me with 4 new bags to start my journey as well. The Forge provides. What I find crazy is that if I didn't choose to go play hardcore and start creating videos again, I didn't choose Dwarf, and I didn't run into the guild on that day in Ironforge, maybe this series wouldn't even be a thing. Maybe I wouldn't have fallen back in love with Warcraft as I have, and fallen back in love with creating YouTube videos. I now have over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like, that is insane. Sorry to get deep, but this means a lot to me. And I promise I didn't nearly die straight away after getting the axe. Who knew that weapon skill was a thing? But once I had some weapon skill, this axe lived up to its name. It was an absolute beast slayer. And now I finally make it to level 10 and I get my pet. I head over to Ironforge and pick up my Hunter's Path quest. I was scraping my pennies together to be able to afford all of the abilities I needed to buy, and then randomly this legendary dwarf called Caption gives me 1 gold. And that is one of the reasons why I love hardcore. Community in hardcore is so strong, and people are just so friendly to each other because we know what it means to level in this game. Before I set off to my quest, I roast all them little piggies up. I make it to Griff Wildheart to start my Hunter's Path. The first quest is to tame a large crag boar. I then have to tame a snow leopard. And finally, I have to tame an ice claw bear. I head back to Ironforge to hand in this quest so I can learn my pet taming and training abilities. Wow, what a difference having a pet makes. I haven't played Hunter since TBC with a Dwarf Hunter actually, and I haven't played on him since Wrath of the Lich King. This character was actually the reason why I chose a Dwarf Hunter again, because it was my first ever character in the world of Warcraft. Level 1 to 10, I've killed approximately 400 boars. At level 11, I make my way to Stormwind. I quickly go get the flight point and then head out into the world. What I didn't do on my rogue, I never did the Princess Must Die quest. So I had to go complete that before heading off to Westfall. I killed Princess and her entourage, and then after looting them and healing up, they respawned straight away. I didn't realise that Princess was on a hyper spawn, so I killed her until I hit level 12. And then I head off to go hand in the quest, then travel to Westfall. I go pick up the quest I can complete in Westfall, the Gortus Liver Pie. When I came to Westfall on my rogue, I was actually a higher level, so the boars were a lot easier to kill at that time. But now I am facing red mobs and yellow mobs, and straight away the first fight I get into, I had to run away and sacrifice my boar. I revive my boar and go head off to find some lower level boars in this area, and straight away I pull a Dust Devil. I am definitely overconfident in the fact that I have a pet. I end up staying to kill the boar even though my boar is on 1 health and then run away from the Dust Devil. This could have easily got me killed. Wow, that was way too close. That could have ended so badly. I need to learn quickly how to deal with having a pet. I find in the north of Westfall is the best way to farm some level 12 and 13 boars until I get to a higher level. And then I get confident again and start my Stendel's Pond loop. This loop consists of starting from the Hearthstone point, around the edge of the pond, back up past the knolls, you pick another 2 boars up on the right hand side, and then you can start the loop back again over the mountain. This loop you can kill around 12 boars, and by the time you've done the whole loop, the first boars would have respawned again. I complete the Stendel's Pond loop until I hit level 16, and then I can start the different loop. The other loop has level 16 and 17 boars on it, and this loop consists of running down the east side of Westfall, then looping back round down the road, up towards the Hearthstone point, and then back around again. I get into a really good rhythm now, and then I get to level 18 and head back to Stormwind to sell all of my boar related items. Before leaving Stormwind, I upgrade all my abilities and take any new abilities that I want. I am absolutely flying through the leveling this time compared to my rogue, where I was very apprehensive. Is that because I know exactly where to go, or is that because I am now a different class? It's just a combination of everything really. I make it to level 20 in Westfall, and this time I'm actually going to leave Westfall earlier than before. I am more confident this hunter can deal with what's to come. I make my preparations for the swimming journey I'm going to embark on with the swimming potions and water breathing potions. I then make my way to the southmost point of Westfall to start my large swim. Everything was going swimmingly. But what I had this time on my hunter was track beasts, which I didn't have when I did this swim on my rogue. And oh my god, I had the fright of my life when I saw that red dot in the middle of the ocean. I thought I was dead. I thought that was it. Watching this back now, I actually don't even realize for about 3 seconds while the red dot's on the screen. I quickly swim away and make my way around the coral shark. Phew, I made it to Booty Bay. I quickly hop on the boat to travel to the horde-infested lands. It feels like only yesterday I was traveling here with my rogue. Now it's me and Sausage against the world of Warcraft. I make my way to the Quill Boar camps to avenge my fallen brother, I Kill Boars. The leveling speed on a hunter is just crazy compared to a rogue. I am absolutely flying through these levels. Take a break and go back to Stormwind to see what upgrades I can do and also level my engineering. I leveled my engineering mainly so I could get target dummies. Again, if you're someone who doesn't play hardcore, you might not even know what a target dummy is. It's basically an item that you can drop on the floor, which aggroes the mobs around you. So if you have to run away quickly because maybe your health's getting low or your pet dies, you can drop your target dummy and then leg it. I ventured back to the Barrens, but this time I went further south to the higher level camps of Quill Boars. I was feeling confident as a hunter now, but I really shouldn't let that get to my head because we know how quickly this can turn in hardcore. Every 2 levels, I came back to Stormwind to sell the items I've collected, to stock up on more bullets, to get health potions, mana potions, and everything else I need to do this boar journey. I also upgrade any abilities and learn any new abilities I can. Coming back to Stormwind every 2 levels also gives my boar brain chance to unwind. You can start to go a bit crazy from boars. I saw on the map that in Thousand Needles there was actually a flight point that was a lot closer to where I am in the Barrens. So I decided to go to the Great Lift, which I am so scared to go on in hardcore, it's unreal. And then I travel through the Thousand Needles trying to work my way so I don't get aggro. Because unlike normal hardcore playing, I can't just make my way there gradually by killing the mobs. Like, I can't kill any mobs other than boars. Phew, I make it to the flight point. What? There's no flight points connected to this point? Well, that could have been a journey to disaster. I reckon I need the Duskwallow Marsh flight point to get this flight point to connect. Right, it's back to killing boars. I could show you more footage, but it's really not that interesting, killing the same boars thousands of times. In this area that I'm killing, the highest level quill boar is level 25, so that means I could technically get XP up to level 32 in this area, but there isn't that many level 25s and a lot of them are 24 and under. So on my rogue, my plan was to stay here until level 32, just to give me that extra levels before I go into RFK. On this hunter, I feel like I can go into RFK at level 30. You can tell I'm a new hunter because I completely forgot to get the ability Bite. When you tame a certain type of pet, it gives you certain abilities, and the different level of pet also grants you the different level of ability. So say with a boar, you get Charge and you get Growl, but I needed my boar to learn Bite, and the highest level Bite I could get without really putting myself in much harm. So to get Bite level 4, my pet has to be level 24, and the type of mobs that I can tame to get level 24 Bite without killing myself, there's a Leech Widow, which is in the wetlands, there's a giant Moss Creeper, which is in the Hillsborough Foothills, there's a Black Ravager, which is a wolf in Duskwood, there's a giant Wetlands Crocolisk in the wetlands, and there's also a Black Ravager Mastiff in Duskwood. All of these range from 20 to 25 in level. I've decided I'm going to go for the Black Ravager. I put my boar in at the stable and I head off to Duskwood to find this Ravager. Once I've located the Ravager, I put down a freezing trap so then I can trap the wolf and then be able to tame it more effectively. I managed to aggro just one wolf and trap it in my freezing trap, and I start channeling my tame ability. The trap breaks and now I'm in a race for my health versus the channel. And there we go, I've got it, and you can see in the bottom left corner it says I have learnt the new spell Bite rank 4. So I can teach my boar Bite rank 4, and this will give me even more aggro on enemies. I make my way back to the Barren to go test my new ability. And what better to test it on than an elite mob, which I saw on my rogue so many times, but I didn't have the guts to try and attack it on my rogue. On my hunter though, I feel a bit more confident. The elite that I'm going to kill is called Hag Torrenbane. I quickly kill the healer, making short work of it, and then back onto the elite. Sausage is now under half health, and at this point I don't fully understand my hunter abilities and that I should be using Men Pet more often in fights. I use Men Pet, but I think it might be too late. Sausage is just dodging attacks left, right and centre and making short work of this elite. A nice 400 XP from that elite. And there we go, I have reached level 29, the same level I was on my rogue when I died. Can I get to level 30? No, I've died again at level 29. No, I'm just joking, of course I didn't die, I'm on a hunter. And there we go, level 30. I've officially got halfway there. Wow. Now, if you've been following along on this journey, you know what comes next. RFK. I have been nervous about going to RFK ever since I was level 1 and researched into what I need to do to get to level 60. Going into a dungeon in classic WoW solo is very scary. I have a lot of preparation to do. I need to make sure I've got the right food, the mana potions, the health potions. I need to make sure my gear and my weapons are up to scratch with going into RFK. Make sure my abilities are leveled, my boar's leveled. Got target dummies on me. I need to be positive that I'm ready to go before going into RFK. But wait, I've got a guild event to go to. Brother in the guild called Hilbert has created a boar punching event. Could there be any more event perfect for me? I met up with my brothers in Ironforge. We marched to King Magni Bronzebeard to get his blessings of the boar punching event. Before getting to King Magni, we take a detour and we go celebrate one of our brothers in the guild, Grop, turning level 60. What an achievement. Now off we go to march the rest of the way to King Magni Bronzebeard. We kneel in front of our great king. King Magni tells us that the strongest boar puncher is going to be rewarded. Before we leave, we celebrate one of the members of the Forge that has been promoted to Hammer within the Forge, which is the second highest rank in our guild. Well done. And we head off to Karanos to set up our camp. Once we make it, we set the boars in our sights and we go off to punch some boars. After we got our fill of boar punching, we head back to the inn to start the festivities. After drinking multiple flagons of dwarven honey mead, I was starting to get a bit wobbly. It's all a bit of a haze after this, to be honest. We drank, we ate boars, we danced around the fires. It was an epic boar event. I said my goodbyes to all the dwarves and the gnomes at this wonderful event. Thank you, Brother Hilbert. I hope you've enjoyed part 3 to this wonderful journey. Thankfully there was no deaths at the end of this part 3, but we've got a lot to look forward to when we start to attempt to solo RFK. I hope to see you at the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.